everyone, Coach Precious here. I'm a mom, a wife, and a life coach. I help women build self love and find the beauty in relationships, whether it is with themselves or with other people. So, today we are going to be talking about self doubt and what it is and how it affects us, right? So, yeah, let's get into it. Self doubt is a form of self sabotage. When we regularly doubt ourselves, we lack faith and confidence in our abilities, actions, and worth. It is a belief that we aren't good enough, that we are even an imposter living in your own life. Doubt is triggered when something in your life doesn't go as planned, or when it feels too good to be true and we fall into the rabbit hole of comparison and negative self talk. We've all been there, right? First, your inner doubts bubble up. Be quick, right? Don't let it spin out of control or grow from a whisper to a stream of discouraging sentences that can make you doubt your own abilities and wrap small failures into big ones. Instead, talk about that doubtful part of yourself. In your mind, say or shout something like, no, 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 devil, no. I always do that, but yeah, we are not going down that road today, like, not again. By actually saying no out loud, you disrupt the pattern and stop the inner critic from taking over, because self-doubt can literally take over your entire body, your entire mind, and your life. One thing you need to do also is wash yourself in your memories, in your past memories. Be real with yourself and ask yourself this important question: how many times when I doubted myself or feared something would happen did that negative thing come into reality after I still took action? The answer for me, and probably for you, right, is no, not very often. Um, Self doubts are most often just monsters that live inside our head. It reminds me of a song, I'm no longer a slave to fear, but that's another day. Self doubts are most often just monsters in your head and in your mind that keep us from making a change or taking that big decision and trying to keep us in our comfort zones. Whether you are dating or looking for love, right, or in a new relationship, or have been with your partner for years, like me, chances are self doubt will ruin the chance of fulfilling love life and creating unnecessary fear, anxiety, and pain. Another thing you need to do is wash yourself in memories, right? In past memories. Be real with yourself and ask yourself important questions like, how many times when I doubted myself and feared something would happen, did that negative thing actually come to reality? I still took action, right? For me, the answer is yes, and probably for you too. It's not very much often. Self doubts are most often just monsters in your head that your mind may use to keep you from making changes and to keep you from your comfort zone. This reminds me of a song of, I am no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. And that's for another day. When you are dating or looking for love, right, or in a new relationship, or have been with your partner for years, self doubt can ruin the chances of having a fulfilling love life and create unnecessary fear and anxiety and pain. Self doubt is that distressing inner negative self talk that ignites feelings of low self worth, right? And lack of confidence. Your personal flaws and downplays all your good qualities, right? Why is self doubt so damaging? Let's have a look at that. When we regularly doubt ourselves, we block our ability to be our authentic selves. It's hard to be confident, clear, and strong with all sorts of negative thoughts spinning around inside. When self doubt is left to run freely, it spirals out of control, making it hard to see relationships for what it is or what they are, right? Or how they could evolve and allow self sabotage to be in the driver's seat. The action of self sabotaging yourself is so stealth that we don't even notice it when and how its seeds grow into big tall trees. Like self doubt can be as small as a mustard seed, right? But the minute you plant it there and you don't uproot it, right? That's when it's gonna grow, and it grows in silence. It grows steadily, you know. It grows as you grow and become a woman or a wife or a mother. You have self doubt. That small seed becomes the biggest tree. What does it mean to doubt yourself? Self doubting means that you spend way too much time in your mind, replaying your flaws, perceived past mistakes, and ultimately lowering your self image and diminishing your confidence. Self doubt arises in all areas of our lives, but especially in love and relationships. It happens also in people's careers, in their workplaces, in business, but it happens especially in love and relationships. For people who are single and dating, self doubt may be the first stopping point in even putting yourself out there and trying to date. Self doubt might show up as not feeling good enough for someone else to love you. The feeling of not being lovable might be one manifestation of self doubt, right? The mere thought of our new special person brings out butterflies. Each moment together feels magical. But the endorphins created by new relationships are usually temporary. We suddenly remember our imperfections and we begin wondering how long is the person going to take before they realize my flaws. Mhm. Even in long term relationships where you have been with your partner for a long time and have a deep love, fear and self doubt go hand in hand. They are two of the most common roadblocks to success in a relationship, careers, and self development. Self doubt pops up and creates a misguided view of reality and makes us see things that may not even exist. What does it mean to doubt yourself? Experiencing self doubt starts from within, starts from recalling our past experiences, our past relationships, including traumas, the mistakes we've done, and relationships we observed in our upbringing. It convinces us that this relationship will end, like I said, right? Why is self doubt so damaging to not only you, but to others around you? Because they don't get to see, your potential. Others may see your potential, but because of your self doubt, you know, While experiencing some doubt in relationship is healthy, it becomes problematic when it moves beyond a flicker of and engulfs all your relationship thoughts. Like, it creates a need for constant validation because of the lack of trust we have in ourselves. Why is self-doubt a good thing? It can be good sometimes, not every time, right? Doubt isn't always bad. Sometimes it's intuitive reaction to something that isn't quite right or isn't just, sitting well with you. Questioning ourselves leads to reflection and a deeper understanding of what we want. Every time you doubt yourself in a relationship, there is a cause of concern, but not always, right? It's normal to ask yourselves the questions to figure out which direction we're taking in our lives. Am I in the right relationship? Will this go anyway? Is he or she holding me back from where I want to end up? How compatible are we? Am I with this person just because I want to be with someone or because they genuinely make me happy? Those type of questions are the ones that we need to ask ourselves and check in with ourselves. The central theme is less questioning yourself and your self-worth and more examining the overall relationship. It is not about you, but what is happening, right? How do you overcome self-doubt, you may ask? The best way to combat self-doubt is to face it head on. It's not easy to accomplish, but it's critical to stop the self-sabotage that you may be on, right? To break the unhealthy habit of doubt, you have to have a healthy relationship with yourself first and others. You need to take back the power you gave to uncertainty. Recognize how much energy you've been giving to that emotion. Ask yourself, ask yourself if it is giving you, ask yourself, is it worth it when it's taking away from your happiness and holding you back? Here are a few habits to keep you on track as you empower yourself. And this might also work for your relationship. Identify moments of self-doubt. Don't brush off the feeling when you begin to feel an edge of uncertainty. It's essential to recognize the moments when you doubt yourself. Find a place to be alone and let it wash over you. Like I said, feel every moment, live for every moment, and feel each emotion with intensity, right? That's another video. Um, what happened right before you started feeling this way? Ask yourself. Did you and your partner get into an argument? Did you see another couple who seemed happy, and started examining you? Was the self-doubt implying something to be much bigger deal than what it really is in reality? When we force ourselves to acknowledge our thoughts and feelings, we give ourselves more control. Understand the triggers. That's the second one. Fear is the main culprit in self-doubt. Fear of failure, of not being perfect, of making the wrong decision. Whatever you pair fear with will take hold and cause you to self-doubt. The fear of screwing up in a relationship and being alone forever. I know. It's enough to cause you to overanalyze everything, every conversation, every embrace, and arguments between you and your significant other. When you take that and fuel it with comparison of other couples in your past, you light a fire of self-doubt, and that steals your happiness. Choosing to reflect on the moment when we feel the most doubt, we can learn to pinpoint the triggers. When you're perfectionist, you might fall into a self-doubt pit when you feel out of control in a situation. If you're someone who fixates on the outcome that doesn't happen, you may come down on very hard on yourself. If you're someone who fixates on a outcome that doesn't happen, you may come down hard on yourself for failing. If you hate being in the spotlight, you may bash yourself every time you have to speak in front of people. Figuring out your triggers is the first win. Once you do that, you'll know the things to act on and to learn to banish the self-doubt. Finally, stop comparisons. Love is a tricky thing. As people change and grow, relationships do as well. When a relationship leaves work out for whatever reason, it leaves scars. I mean to say, when a relationship doesn't work out, right, it leaves scars. It leaves impressions on us. Time passes and we occasionally forget about the negative relationships or the past relationships and the trauma that we have had. When things don't feel right in a new relationship, it's easy to look back on old relationship with nostalgia and wistfulness. My ex-boyfriend used to buy me flowers and plan dates, and my new boyfriend doesn't do that. My husband doesn't do what my other boyfriend was doing, you know? Um, my partner used to tell me they loved me all the time, almost daily, and now I rarely hear that. Maybe I'm not worthy of love, or did I do something wrong? Do you see that? Although it's human nature to do so, don't compare current relationships with old ones or past relationships, both the good and the bad, or imagine something that isn't happening. When you are continually looking at relationships through the lens of an old one or old beliefs about yourself, you aren't giving the relationship a fighting chance. And that isn't fair to you and your partner. That is it for today. I hope that you guys do subscribe and do hit the like button because it really helps us a lot. But yeah, I love you guys and you are beautiful.